How do you blend real science with gaming and music in these events?
So initially, when we wrote the backstory for EVE Online, we surveyed the landscape a lot. Like we found ways to make cloning faster than light communication through photon entanglement, faster than light travel through gravitational distortion of space. We found ways to bring all this sort of into the backstory. One of the lead game designers of EVE Online, Kjartan Pierre, has a PhD in mathematical physics, so we had a lot of sort of talent to engage in the topic. But now, of course, the world has moved on. Now we have like these fancy phones that take pictures and you edit videos on them and you upload them to the world in a matter of seconds. These were just like, this was sci-fi back 10 years ago. And sci-fi is just stepping ahead. Now we have the guys come here, talk about faster than light travel, talk about asteroids, talk about space elevators. And these are some of the things we want to inspire ourselves with, inspire them with what we're doing. And again, be in a conversation with people doing real things in the real world, have that inspire what we're doing in EVE. And this is another way to keep EVE as a sci-fi property relevant, have it be a trailblazer for what humanity can really become in the next millennium.
How do you see Dust 514 opening up this universe for more gamers?
Well, I mean, the gameplay of EVE Online is a very particular type of gameplay. It doesn't appeal to everyone. The people that like it, they like it a lot. So rather than go and mess about with the sort of gameplay fundamentals of EVE Online, which revolve a lot around commitment, setting agenda, sort of delayed gratification kind of goal setting. Then we wanted to do something which is more immediate, more like visceral, more tight, more sort of focused on sort of immediacy. That's why we added a shooter to the universe. And that's a way to bring an audience into the universe where EVE Online might not be their type of game, but Dust might be. And then that is a way to make the universe of EVE even more exciting. And then, of course, the crossplay that comes from Dust deriving value from EVE and adding value to EVE through the various engagement points, either through the communities being interconnected, the collaborative world domination plans that EVE corporations and alliances and Dust corporation alliances will do, and then, of course, in concrete ways like orbital bombardment and later on orbital artillery. That was a great way to make the universe more dynamic, more robust, more diverse, and one of the things we will do in the decade to come to make this universe more relevant, vibrant, appeal to many more people without sacrificing any of the fundamentals that the 500,000 people that now play EVE Online love.
Can you talk about Iceland and how you incorporate this country into the FanFest activities?
So. Of course, initially the team was mostly Icelandic that made EVE Online, and we live in this environment which is a barren rock, where it's night most of the time, and we have a legacy of taking ships and sailing into the night to have adventures. So, of course, if you look at EVE Online is kind of about that, except it's not longboats, it's spaceships. But then, of course, I mean, so many people from around the world have come and played the game, come and worked on the game, and carry it forward. But everyone that comes to FanFest is here in the Harpa, looks at the architecture, look at the surroundings, engages with Reykjavik and its sort of special flavor. They all say, I mean, coming to Reykjavik is like being in EVE Online. It's hard for me to spot because I've always lived here. I don't have as a keen eye for it as the people who come here. But there is something that resonates with everyone. They feel very much this is the sort of birthplace of EVE Online, even though EVE Online has grown up and it now belongs to millions of people around the world. This is still a very special place. This is sort of the ground zero.
If someone's going to visit Iceland, when should they do it and what would you recommend they see?
Visiting Iceland in May, June probably is the best time. Also late summer is also a good time. But I would say May is probably the best time. There's something about May where everything is coming alive. There's a certain energy in the air. People of Reykjavik are still in town. They tend to migrate into the highlands to have summer vacations later on in the summer. So I would say people should come in May, or they should come in April and attend the FanFest.